Hey everyone, stick with the Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here to the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. Tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, link is below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now with us this morning, say what up. We have S&P's up 87, Dow's up 932, Nasdaq up 202, and we're having quite the reversal right now. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. What's going on, Carl, Jeff, Jesse, Keith? How we doing? Man, I thought that the drop was definitely unwarranted. But I honestly didn't think it was going to reverse this hard because the drop caught us all by surprise, right? The drop caught us all by surprise. It's not that it was a drop. It just was ginormous. It was a huge, huge drop, right? And here we are reversing. So yesterday we were opened. The Dow was down 700 at one point yesterday morning. Reverse closed up almost 300 points, and now the Dow is up over 900 points. So, however, we still got some ground. To cover, but it's pretty promising. Goldfish, Ivan, how we doing? Ringy, good morning. BTC stalling at 9,600. Looks like my internet dropped for a second there. You guys see me? Let's see here. Sorry, let's take a look here. Okay. So I think I'm back. Anyways, or maybe Tastyworks just said I dropped off. I don't know. Feds have the market in a mess. Yeah, so right now, kind of going into things. Maybe I didn't drop. Maybe it was just me. I had the 342.50 calls on Apple yesterday that I sold, and I just was taking small profits. I definitely wish I held, but I'm glad that I am glad that I wasn't greedy though. You know what I mean? Yo, Jim, what's going on? Chad Gaming, guys, you do me a favor, say what up, hit the like button. Today. Let me show you. Let me show you my portfolio, kind of what I got going on right now. Okay. So, I have some Apple credit spreads, put spreads around 342.50. I have some Amazon credit put spreads for this week around 25.60. Right now, Amazon's running up to 26.13. Apple's at 351. So when volatility is running a little bit hot, I just try to focus on a few names and stocks that I trade very well. Just try to do that. Costco, I did hold overnight. I do have the 295 calls, so I'm gonna have to let those go. Right now, Costco's at 301.66. I did buy the dip yesterday, but on Costco, as you can see on Costco, it really didn't go anywhere all day, just consolidation. But it kept bouncing off 295, so that's why I went with the 295 calls. I like to buy calls and puts at support or resistance, and that's where we were at. So that is currently what I have going on. The rest right now, like Boeing, Disney, DKNG, these are all on monthly expiration, except for Grub. However, Grub, we made all our money back already selling premium against these calls. So right now, if any money is in this, it's kind of just additional profit. But right now we've made more than $400 selling premium against these calls. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Grub gets a little bit of a bounce here. But DKNG was pretty wild yesterday. DKNG was up 13%. Right now it's down 20 or 30 cents right now, but it's kind of hanging out. But the one thing that I do like about Costco was it was hanging out around 295. This is bounce territory. So now it's going to be bounce. Looks like it's going to be bouncing. The market hasn't opened yet. Anything could happen, right? Right. So right now it's at 301.53. I am definitely going to be selling because I did go into this week's expiration. Probably shouldn't have done it, but we're going to get out. We're going to get out alive. DKNG is going to be dead likely today. I guess we'll see. So that's kind of what I have going on right now. You know, on SPY, if you're looking at SPY, you know, I've been eyeing this 310, 312 area, and all the time we like move above it, we gap above it. And today, so this area right in here, last time we were at 312, I'm like, okay, are we getting toppy here on SPY? Is it going to come back down? And then it looked like it was going to come down a little bit, and then we gap up, right? And then we're coming down, right? And then we're going to gap up again. So right now we're at 315. So we're right in here, right in the middle of this little gap here. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see which way the market goes. I mean, I definitely think that there's going to be some really good movement today. So let's look at work. I'm good with that. Before we get into that, the market is up. I mean, it was up before this, but we did have retail sales come through today, 17.7%. Retail sales pro and power 16.8 higher from a month ago, more than double the estimates. I mean, these numbers. The thing is with these numbers are so skewed. You know, mainly because, I mean, we took the economy to a halt, and here we are. I mean, his tweets are just, they're out there. They're out there, you know? They're out there. I mean, yes, it is bigger than projected, but, I mean, considering where we are, I mean, how much lower could we have gone? I mean, we were at a halt. When you open things up, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, but I mean, investing and trading and all this is not a rocket science, we all know this. But the market makes it out to be that way. So just be mindful that this is the number that they're running with today. Coronavirus second wave is over. Retail sales are recovering. Everything's recovering straight up, right? So I don't know. But what I do know is we could trade the price, right? That's all we got to worry about. Trading the price. What's going on, Hank? Yeah, so let's look at work. So work, I was eyeing around the 31 and 32 area. It's still in here. I do think that it's going to push out. I don't know if my alerts are going to work here. Let's see if we can we'll create an alert for like 32.15. And okay, alerts are working on Thinkorswim. I wonder if Thinkorswim is going to have an issue again today. If Thinkorswim has an issue today, I'm done. I'm going to find something else. But I do think that if work can hit above 32, we have a chance. And the down move really wasn't that bad. Sure, it came down to 29 area, but moving down really wasn't that bad. You know, let's look at Datadog here. Datadog right now is 82. So this thing just keeps riding up. It's getting a little detached from the 10-day, as you can see here, though. But it is riding up. I would like a little bit pullback to the 10-day bounce and then kind of move back up. Would be an ideal position for me. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. Right now in Datadog, I mean, it's kind of getting a little bit detached, and it's going to be running up a little bit hotter today. So I don't know when there's going to be pullback, though. Timing the pullback on here, I haven't been very good at. Yeah, DocuSign moving up. Zoom right now. Actually, Zoom's down. Zoom's at 235 right now. 239 and closed yesterday. DocuSign's a little bit flat right now, so it's up a little bit, but. You know, but this is, like for Datadog, this is what I'd be wanting to look at. It riding closer to the 10-day. Like look at this is why I like trading DocuSign. It was riding a lot closer to the 10-day, made it a lot more predictable. And look when it dropped below the 10-day, how it came back up, right? And it popped back up, dropped, came back up. So that is really what I'm looking for Datadog to do. And Datadog right now is a little bit detached. It's a little bit detached, running a little bit hot. So I'm looking for something similar to DocuSign where it's riding. Yes, we're going straight up. I'm just kind of using this 10-day as a guide and it bouncing off of here and just kind of moving its way back up. It's kind of it's what I'm looking for Datadog to do, and Datadog may not have that characteristic. So I don't know. Maybe it's not going to happen. We'll see. I haven't been watching Datadog that long to kind of understand how it moves yet. So that's why I haven't been making moves on Datadog, but I have been watching. Baidu and IQ News, Tencent buying in. And what doesn't Tencent own? You know what I mean? Like, what doesn't Tencent own? Alibaba's up $5. Just crazy. I mean, I guess anything's gonna be up. Anything's gonna be up today. You know, everything's gonna be up. What's Shopify doing? Shopify 805 right now. Oh, called 805.47. Shopify had that Walmart news yesterday. It was really good. I've been trying to get into the options a little bit, but I'm not enjoying the spread that much. So I might just go in with some credit spreads on there or something like that. Yo, Michael, what's going on? RTX? Oh, Ringy, I got you. RTX. So right now it's at 70. Gapping up to 70, came down to the 62 area yesterday, popped up. I mean, it's above the 10-day. I mean, it's extremely choppy. A lot of chop. So you just want to be careful of your entry. Yes, down here would have been good, 60, 62 area. People were probably waiting for 60. Didn't happen. Bounced right off. But I would say this is probably a little bit scary, you know, due to the amount of chop that you're having up in here. You know, basically like a, you know, JPM, choppy. Boeing's actually looking a little bit better, not as choppy, but Boeing's actually at 207. So I'm still on Boeing. I mean, Boeing's still doing work. NK blew up that building and could spike based off rumors of war. Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw some stuff with North Korea may enter the demilitarized zone, but I don't really know too much about that. Also, I forgot to mention McDonald's same-store sales were down 5% in May. So McDonald's is still moving up though. So it's not really an issue. Let's see W day. Work day. It's at 180. I don't love it. I mean, it needs to break. Here. Had gapped up on earnings, and now it's kind of fading this a little bit, and it's really getting stuck here on 180. So it seems like it gapped up for earnings, but it did break above 180, but it's not wanting to. Right now it's sitting at basically 180 right now, right? 180.50, and it had some rough times last couple of days. But yesterday, I mean, it ramped back up. I mean, it could, but right now pre-market's not really showing. We need it. We obviously up in here, 187.50, 185 area. It's getting stopped out, so it really needs to clear this area to be able to run to the 195, 200 area. Yo, Billy, what's going on? Boeing 210. What's Boeing at right now? Yeah, but I mean, it's already at 207 right now. Boeing's at 207 right now. Very, very likely. I mean, I wonder if this is going to trigger some sort of squeeze, because the thing was, every bear came out like crazy when we were dropping, like, oh, this is it. We're going to be dropping. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing that. And, yes, I lost money last week. But I stayed true. I stayed true to the course. I didn't close my July call options. I stayed true, right? Because I'm like, you know what? Something about the second wave, it doesn't sit right. They're running this narrative. And sure enough, a couple of days later, when stocks rebound, they're not playing that narrative anymore. Now they're going to bring that narrative out again. Most likely. So I'm trimming. I'm playing a lot safer. I'm not going to go as deep. I'm going to push out my expirations. I'm going to be careful. But I mean, looking at Boeing, Boeing could definitely get squeezy back up to the 230, 240 area. I mean, Boeing had a bunch of upgrades before the drop here. I definitely see it going back up to 280, 275 area, but I don't know. I don't know when. I don't have the magic 8 ball. If you're just joining, say what up, Rob. Hit the like button, appreciate it. Workday launching in Mexico is probably going to be a big day. So we'll see. You'll see. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. A lot of people build up hype on product releases for like Apple and Microsoft, blah blah blah. I'm sure, and it doesn't really matter as long if the price is reacting to it, right? Some people get awfully disappointed. Like there's like an Apple press conference, they release a new iPhone and stuff, and honestly, Apple's press conferences are not that much of a mover anymore either, because they pretty much release the same thing, just make it a little bit better. There's no innovation; it's just the same thing every year. But a few years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Apple, especially when Steve Jobs was around, Apple press conferences were the things to watch, because you're like, okay, how is this going to make Apple a better company? What are they going to surprise us with? What is it going to be? And then most often it didn't move the stock price, right? So you gotta be careful about product releases, and sometimes you're set up for failure. Sometimes it's a sell the news events, right? So you want to be careful. Sometimes you want to have sometimes you have to understand if it's a sell the news event. If it's ramp, and that's oftentimes why I play like the pre-earnings ramp up. So I'll buy in a week or two before earnings, play the ramp up, and get out before the earnings report, right? And that's a sell the news event, right? I mean, sure, I could be wrong, but this quarter, pretty much every earnings I traded was flat. I mean, I was selling premium, but pre-earnings it ran up hard, and then every earnings it was flat for the most part. Zoom, DocuSign, Lululemon. I mean, there's Netflix. I mean, there's so many names that I could just go down the whole list that they just ended up being flat, right? It ramped up too much before earnings, and it just ripped up. Yeah, Baidu's rocking on, I guess, on 10-cent news buying in. Baidu, Chinese stocks. I've been honestly, I mean, the Chinese stocks used to be my jam, man, and then the trade war happened, and and all the stuff going on with like China and Trump and the virus, and I just stayed away. For me, I'm a person that kind of drama ahead, I steer away. I try to stay away from the drama. Like, I don't like drama. Like stocks that are just moving and no drama, I like it. Apple, it's good, no drama. Amazon gets a little bit of drama sometimes from the president, but we just gotta move with it. But Apple for the most part, that's why I like Apple. Tesla. The thing about Tesla, the kind of drama Tesla brings in is like humorous drama, because Elon will tweet something weird like, stock price too high or funding secure, and that's just kind of funny. It's not really that funny if you're an investor and you screws your position, but from an outside perspective, if you don't have a position on, it's pretty hilarious. Nick, you playing NKLA? No. No, I'm not playing NKLA earnings. No way. I have no idea what to expect from there. I mean, it's ramping up pretty good right now. NKLA is up at 70, tap 75. I mean, it based out around 60. It was pretty decent, but I mean, it's looking, I don't know, man. It could go either way. It could definitely go either way, and I don't really know too much about their company, honestly. You see the news on China engaging in a firefight on the border of India and China? I do not. I'm gonna have to look at this. I mean, all this stuff's not hitting us over here. Interesting enough. Let's take a look. So I guess it's true. 3 Indian soldiers killed in clashes along border with China in the Himalayas. Three Indian soldiers were killed during a violent face-off with Chinese troops along the country's de facto border in the Himalayas late Monday, the Indian Army said in a statement. The incident occurred during a de-escalation process underway in the Galwan Valley in the disputed Aksai-Chin, sorry I messed that up, whatever area, where a large troop buildup has reportedly been taking place for weeks now on both sides of the border. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. We got to be careful. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. You guys can look into it. But yeah, when people get killed, it's an act of war. So be careful. Now, I don't really think this impacts us in any way, but you know, you want to be mindful. I don't know. You know, we have to go into agreements and seeing what a relationship was with India, China, see what's good. I mean, and then, you know, they could easily run the narrative if some sort of war breaks out. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I'm going to have to look into it a little bit further. Like, why are troops building up in that area on the border? What are they doing? Why are they doing it? Why did they get killed? And they said it was a de-escalation process. You know, they're trying to de-escalate it. So I'm not really sure. I'm not going to look into it too much right now because we don't have a lot of time. But let's put a pin in that after the stream. Take a look at that and see what happens. What about Zoom? Yeah, Zoom. Man, their accent. So Zoom. So it's just really crazy to me how these. So there's a set of Corona safe stocks, right? And Zoom, DocuSign, Peloton, those are the Corona safe stocks. Netflix too, right? And you can see how capital is being pulled out of here to go into other names, right? However, yesterday it went against the trend. It went up with the market, but today it's not. So how does that work? Right? So on big green days, I would be very careful about Zoom. Wait for it to base out if you want to get a little bit long. But again, this is also pretty detached from the 10-day. Could definitely pull it back down to the lower 200s, 210, 216, 215 area. Back down here would be healthy. I mean, it ran really, really hot yesterday. People piled in. So I'm not too interested in Zoom right now. And honestly, it's not a stock that I'm willing to short. It's not a stock that I'm willing to short. Sure, it moves big. You just got to look for opportunity on the long side, I think, because it could easily reverse at any given time. Is that going to be a dip and up or straight away? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a dip. I mean, who are we shorting today? Listen, I'm not going to short anybody. I'm not shorting anybody. I'm gonna play slow and low. I'm gonna cash out my positions because I'm long Amazon, Apple, Costco. That's my priority. Close out Apple, Amazon, and Costco. That's my priority today, this morning. Then we can kind of start focusing on what we need to do. What we need to do to have a little bit of a day trade, make some money in some other areas, and just kind of, you know what I mean? Just because the market's green, you just don't want to all of a sudden just kind of start shorting things. I mean, the strength that this market has and the Fed and everything, I mean, they're saying this is a game they can't lose. They're saying we're not going to lose this game. Trump says, I'm getting reelected on the stock market. That's what he's, because, I mean, I think it got really scary for Trump there for a second because he was running on how well the stock market is. And at one point in time, they wiped out all the gains he had since 2016. I mean, if it were me, I honestly probably would have been crapping my pants, right? It took out 4 years of gains in a matter of weeks. I mean, just insane. What do you typically do for day trades? So today, like what for me, like a typical thing that I'm going to be doing today probably, and same thing I did yesterday. When stocks are kind of consolidating, like yesterday I did a day trade on Apple. If we look at Apple's chart yesterday, you know, I bought down in here and it ramped up, right? I sold my position, but I just look for small moves, small day trades, and my goal is 20 to 30% for the day trade. I'm not trying to hit 100%, 200% gainers. I'm just trying to hit 20 to 30%, get in, get out, and just kind of chill. And then let my other positions on the back end that are like in July expiration or later expiration kind of work its way through, But for gold, I'm still not sold on gold because it's just getting. I mean, I think it's consolidating. And if you want to buy gold here for like the long term, like this is not investment advice for entertainment purposes only, of course. But for me, if I want to buy gold here, I think it's consolidating for the next leg higher, like we talked about last week. I do think it wants to ramp. But look, it keeps getting stopped out around 1750, right? It keeps getting stopped out. So what are we going to do about that? I mean, I think the best thing that you could do if you want to start accumulating a position, but right now it's going nowhere. It's stuck between 1700 and 1750, and it's just kind of just hanging out. So start accumulating a gold position. If you think that gold's ripping up, I do think that I don't think it's going to like consolidate and then drop. I think honestly, it's consolidating for the next leg higher. And this looks very healthy. However, it's been consolidating for almost 2 months now. Well, actually 2 months already. And I think it's gonna ramp up. But the question is when? When? Do we want to tie capital up in that area, or do we want to put in other names? I don't know. So right now for me, I'm not in a rush to buy gold, but I am wanting to get a long position in there. I do think it's gonna bust through, but when? Yeah, I mean when it busts through, and I think it needs to break through 1800 with authority. Like if you want to go 2K, like I think that it has to bust through. It has to be moving fast, and people are probably shorting up in here, and thinking it might go lower or whatever. I do think it's going to ramp up, so we need to trigger some sort of squeeze. If you do a day trade, what was the typical time to expiration contract do you trade? So I typically for day trades, I try to give myself, because a lot of times day trades turn into swing trades sometimes. Because sometimes, like look at Costco yesterday. Costco I bought for a day trade and it didn't move. Market was moving up. Costco wasn't moving up. So I honestly try to go like 10 days out for day trades. I did, however, yesterday I did buy Costco for this week expiration, but I should have bought next week. And I have been doing that, and it's been a lot safer. It's been a lot delta. Like I don't really focus on how much the option costs. I focus on more what delta I'm going to get. Because that's really what's going to matter. When the stock moves, your deltas are what's going to matter, and that's what I try to focus on. Weird pre-market jump in airlines. I mean, everything's moving up. Let's see what Boeing's at right now. Boeing's at 207. Delta Airlines 32, so that's up a couple bucks. UAL up $42, up three. Not up $42, but it's at 42. It's up $3. I mean, you're getting a good jump. Now, the thing is, you want to be careful here not to get FOMO. For me, as the S&P kind of approaches the 3,200 mark, I'm going to be leaning a little bit cautious. Now, yes, they did shake a lot of people out. They didn't shake me out a lot of my positions. I mean, I did lose some money last week, but I'm still in the bull game. They didn't shake me out completely. And let's see what small caps. And small caps are IWM's at the 146, Q's 243, SPY is at 315. All right, market's gonna open in 1 minute here. So I mean, things are running really hot, so just be careful. I'm going to try to cash out here. So if I'm quiet, that's what I'm doing. If you guys are here, say word up, hit the like button. If it's your first time here, let me know. There's the bell. Let's see what we're doing here. All right, let's try to get out of some of these positions. Man. Okay, so did I get out? And things are lagging on Tastyworks. So I close this position, right? I close this position on Costco. We made 450, but it didn't close. It didn't like move over right away. It said the position was still open. Saying about 450. What did I pay for this? I don't know. Something doesn't seem right. So, okay, let's take a look here. So 710 minus 485. Okay, I guess that's right. 450. So 450. Hey, that's solid. 450 gain on there. Right now. I mean, I have some positions on right now. I have some put spreads on Apple and Amazon. I'm gonna let the madness die down a little bit and see if they crush a little bit more premium at open here. Max profit on these guys are only 250 though. Well, 270. Max profit is 270 on Amazon and 244 on Apple. So we'll see once things settle down here a little bit. But I just took $450 in profits off the table. But things are running hot. I mean, Disney back up at 120 here. You can kind of see DKNG's cost me a little bit of money, but I made some money back. I made $150 back on DKNG yesterday, so we're okay to lose there a little bit. We got time on that contract. Grubhub is running again as well. You know, Grubhub is at 63, so I'm going to see if I can squeeze out a little bit more. Like I said, the money that's left in Grubhub is just bonus money. So right now, there's $150 left in this trade. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do with Grubhub. But right now, that's what we're doing. Tastywork has gotten better on their maths. Yeah, the reason why I was questioning it, Daniel, was because there was so much lag. Like I cashed out, and there was a lot of lag. So we'll see what happens. Looks like some profits are being taken, but nothing huge. Let's see how things are working over here. Look at this. That's loading. Whew. Got scared. All right, so we're up 450 in realized gains already this morning. That's good. That's real good. You know, when you have a losing week, sometimes you feel like, you know, did I lose it? Did I lose my mojo? And if you did lose it, when's it going to come back, right? When's your mojo going to come back? But thankfully we're getting it back. We're getting it back. We're doing okay. But yeah, the market, I don't know if it's the market or it's the charts that are moving slow. Because, let's see what. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Is the market moving slow or is it the charts? I don't know. I mean, Amazon's practically frozen. Look, it's 26.06, but look, the price up here was like, look at the price up here. It's not matching the price in the chart. Same with SPY. Look at the price here, not matching the price up in here. I don't know. This whole thing, bro. I'm so frustrated with the way, like, I know that they had to cut commissions to compete, but like, did they have to cut this? I mean, I guess they're like we're gonna go against Robinhood and we're gonna make a garbage platform too. Like, you don't have to compete. You don't have to compete. No one was really complaining. No one was really complaining about Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, right? I mean, the commissions were a little bit high. They could lower them a little bit. They didn't have to go like all crazy. I mean, if they moved it back up to like $1 per contract on the other side, that's respectable. For a day trade put credit spread, would you try to buy early and then let volatility drop after open, or buy at the first dip and hope an increase in price squashes the premium? Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be putting on a credit spread right now, you want, like, and we have a gap up this huge, you're gonna want some more information because anything could happen. All right, I mean, I'm up over 50% on these positions. Let's close these out. Let's lock some stuff in. Let's lock some gains in and move forward. We don't need to make, I mean, I'm up 60% on some of this stuff here, you know, like, we don't need to milk it. I mean, and you can see here when there's only 49 cents left to make. If there's only 49 cents left to make in your credit put spread, like I only have 49, it's going to be hard. Like, what's the point? Take the capital, move on. But I'm leaving $100 on the table. It's a lot easier to wind down from $1.20 to 49 than it is to take 49 cents and go to zero. All right, Amazon failed. Look, that failed, but it's not showing up here. Do I need to look? Oh, here it is. It did show. It's just not going in order. I don't know. I don't know what these guys are doing. Okay, so right now. Okay, so we made 5, 6. So we're up 750 in realized gains. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're getting some money back in Boeing. We're getting some money back in Disney. We're getting some more money in Grub. So we're gonna chill. We are losing some money in DKNG though. I guess yesterday I should have shorted some more calls against the 45 call, but I do think DKNG is going to be above. I think it's going to go to 50. I mean, they're trying to save it already. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Let's see if it holds on to 40. We'll see. But right now, DKNG is causing me some pain. Well, Luke, as you know, it's not that easy. If you guys watched my live streams, last week, I made it through the fire so that I could win. This didn't come free. It did not come free. It came with a lot of pain and agony. Did not come free. But I mean, I hope what I want to show here, especially, it's not about making money or losing money right now. It's about making it through. Like a lot of people, like if they had the week that I had last week, they would quit. Right? They would quit. If there's a lot of people that would say, "Oh, forget it, I'm not good at this," and I saw it on Facebook and Discord say, "I'm going to quit. I'm no good at this. I'm not going to be good at this." But you can make it through. I made it through. I just made 750 in realized gains in one day. You can make it through, but you have to make it through the fire. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but you can make it through. And hopefully, this serves as some inspiration that you can make it through. Yes, if I quit last week and said I'm never going to trade options again, would I ever have gotten that money back? Would I ever have made this money? No. But I don't quit. I don't quit. If you're a quitter, options trading is not for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're a quitter, options trading is not for you. If you want to quit, then quit. But it's not going to be for you. And people are like, "Why are you so hard?" Because this business, options trading, the stock market, day trading, it's cutthroat. It's cutthroat. So I'm preparing you for that. But you're like losing and then gaining back, so you are going in circles. How is that? Obviously, if you're down, you have to make it back, right? And then you have to keep making it back. You don't just keep spinning in circles. And if you are spinning in circles, figure out why and improve it, because you can show that you're making profits. You can show that you're making money. You just need to figure out what's costing you money. And you need to stop doing that. So, I think that because most people, especially most people, don't realize that there could be a turnaround. And, yes, the turnaround could have been me shorting the market, or could have been, it doesn't really matter what strategy is, but you have to identify what you're doing wrong, what you believe in, what are some of the positions, and, move forward that way. I do not have NKLA. So you just have to keep pushing. It's hard. It's really, really hard. It's really, really hard. Okay? But if you're an entrepreneur, you're starting a business, you're doing anything in life, you're learning a skill, it's really hard. If you're a musician, if you're an athlete, no matter what you are, and you want to be successful, it's really hard. Yeah, maybe I'll sell some premium in NKLA. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna hang tight, wait for my next opportunity, because I'm up money. So the thing is, when you're up money at open like this, you don't want to start giving it back. You don't want to give back these gains. What a lot of people do is they say, "Oh, I'm up a bunch of money. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna make more. Like, you don't need to. I don't need to do anything. I could leave right now. But what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna be at my desk anyway, is just kind of working. Wait for my next setup. I'm not going to enter. I'm going to be very careful. We're going to enter the next setup. Just kind of wait, see what the market does. Are we going to shake out? We're going to stabilize. Is it going to kill some premiums? What are we going to do? And plus, I already have some stuff already in for July. So I'm in Boeing already. I'm in Disney for July. I'm in DKNG. So we're going to chill. I don't have to do anything. But like, Sunlight, kind of go back to your thoughts. I mean, you're gonna get knocked down, but the way that you move forward, you're gonna have to take more ground. Like when you had a losing week, your priority is to not make all of that back in one trade. It's just to grind back up. You're gonna get knocked down. There's no way about it. Like, I can't tell you that I'm not gonna have a red week. It's impossible. It's impossible. And if I don't have a red week, it's going to be very suspect. It's going to be very suspect. So I'm just keeping it real. This man is preaching. I just get so frustrated that, Luke, I get frustrated that people spend so much time and energy into a skill, and then they drop it like that the moment it gets hard. Right? And it's very frustrating to me. But if you just push through the pain, you just push through it a little bit more, you don't know how close you are to success. You don't know, because you're not giving it a chance. You just don't know. And you could be turning a corner. I'm not saying that you will every time. I'm not saying that you're there, but how do you know? You don't know. And if you've made profitable trades, and if you had green weeks, and if you had green months, you know that you have it in you. You know you can do it. So do it. Don't quit. It takes so much time and effort to be great at something than most people realize. Trading is not only a skill, but it's an art. It's also what makes it a lot harder is the emotional and psychological toll it takes, and you have to learn how to control your emotions. Why do you think trading firms and these big places have a psychologist on demand to work through their feelings and emotions? Like, this is not a joke. And people are like, "Oh, well, this guy makes this much money," or this guy, because you don't see like how hard that person worked. You don't know how hard I work. I try to show as much as possible, but what I do behind the scenes, it's a lot of work. It's like Gary Vee said. He's like, "Man, I wish I was recording my grind up. I wish I was recording I wish people could see, because right now they just think that I'm a success, and I'm not." It took me a long time. Took Gary Vee a long time. I mean, I've been starting businesses, working since I was 19. I got almost I'm 34 right now. So I got 15 years of work, building businesses, and this is what I do. And I got 15 years. People think they can be successful in 1 month of just doing whatever they need to do, right? It takes a long time. It takes a long time. Like, you can't compare anybody. You can't, and some people pick it up like that. Some people are like smarter than me, better than me. Some people just pick up options trading like nothing, right? And they may have the brain for that. And for some people, it takes a little bit more work. You don't know. I mean, it all depends. Like, the learning curve is different. It's not just because, like, you could know all the numbers, you could know all the strategies, but if you don't have the mental game, the psychological game on lock, you're gonna lose. You're gonna be in a losing position. Because if you can't stay calm, a person like me is gonna come in there and swoop in take your money, right? So you need to stay calm, collective, make good decisions. And how do you do that? You lower your risk. You don't go all in on your account. You know why you get nervous? Is because your entire portfolio is at risk. You know why you get nervous? Is because you don't have enough time on those options. You're like, well, I can't afford anything further out. Well, you got to take the time and save up more money and trade a little bit more leisurely if you can't control yourself. And, if you're trading like this week expiration, it expires Friday, you only got 3 days. You're going to make some bad moves because you can't control the market, right? You can't control the market. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about that off my soapbox, once you, like Billy, yeah, once you start pushing it out, like for me, yes. Does it suck for Boeing to go against you? Does it suck for Disney to go against you? Yes. But because I have so much time, I can relax. I can just make sure the plan is going accordingly, and the plan is, and I can average down. I have choices. I can move slow. I can make rationalized decisions. Now, on my day trades, yeah, scalp away. Do what you do best, right? But for this week, what I do, I wanted to capture Apple's move. So yesterday I did a day trade. I made my 20% on the day trade on Apple. Then I rolled into a credit put spread to kind of wind down those puts, and it worked out. We made in the last day $225 just on Apple. I mean, it's not huge, but as you can see, small gains add up. You don't have to make $5,000 winning trades. You don't have to make $1,000 winning trades. You can see small gains add up. Theta kills, ladies and gents. Yeah. So you just want to be careful, and you want to make a good business decision. I mean, this is a business decision. When you buy a contract, it is a business decision. It's not just something that you buy and hope for the best. What I do best is predicting the opposite price action on debit spreads. You'll get better. You'll get better. Don't worry. You'll get better. I mean, I know it's frustrating, but you just gotta take the time. You just gotta take the time and get better. And that's all it is. Just take the time. Learn how the stock market moves. And I know it's, for a new trader, I know it's extremely hard and it's extremely frustrating. And even for experienced traders, it's extremely frustrating with the manipulation, the news, the politics. The list can go on and on, right? You just gotta do your best to limit risk. This is better than Gary Vee. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give you a little insight from my perspective, because people always try to get multiple people's perspectives when it comes to anything, right? Always try to get multiple, like, oh, what does this guy think about this, or what does this guy think about that, or what do you think, and what do I think, and and then that's how you make educated decisions, and that's how you can kind of feel living in other people's shoes, asking questions, seeing how other people live, asking questions to the people that are where you want to be, right? And that's how you get better, because they've been through it. They have the insight. How do you get better? You find a mentor. You find someone who's doing it, and ask them. There's no better way because they could tell you the ins and the outs. They could tell you where they had success and where they had failures, right? Looks like the market's dipping down a little bit. We're at Dow's down 600, not down 600. It's up at 600, but it came down a little bit. We opened up around 800, dipping down a little bit. DKNG is coming down. Man, DKNG is cracking 40. Is it gonna get? Usually it's getting saved around 40. Let's see what happens. But DKNG fell pretty hard. Grubhub's still running. I might just take the money off of here. Lock this in. Think I will. All right. So DKNG, I'm sorry, Grub showing a loss of 246. However, I was selling calls against it. I mean, if you look at my history here, if we go back the last 30 days, you can kind of see I've been kind of in and out of Grub quite a bit. I had the debit spread. I had some calls. I had the debit spread. Sold some calls against it. Man, I've been holding Grub for a while. Here we go. Here's some more history here. So I've been fighting this thing for over a month now. And we came out on top because we made a lot of money selling calls. So I bought back. I originally had the 75 call. I bought that back for 25 cents. Then I shorted the 70 calls. I had 2 of them for $1.85. Then I bought those back for 45 cents. And now I just bought two of the 65 calls back for 77 cents. So I got $150 there. So we're good. We're good. So overall on this trade, I'm going to have to do the math, but we're probably up around $300 to $400 on that trade with this loss here on the call side. Because we were selling premium against those calls, and we wound down. I had to close it out. It closed. I mean, I've been holding these for over 30 days, and they're in June expiration. That's kind of what I was talking about. Is you can make some good decisions if you're pushing it out. You can adjust. You can sell some calls against your position to kind of gain some more premium. Look, the 65 calls didn't work out, but look at the work I put in over the last month to make that a winning position. I did day trade it here. I made another $90 here. Day trading the 60 calls last week. That worked out pretty well. So yeah, we lost money in the calls, but we made a lot of money on we made a lot of money on the short premium side, which is kind of interesting though, playing off a debit spread, right? Yeah, all the live streams you can just go to the channel. If you're not subscribed, just hit subscribe. You can go onto the channel. They're all live right after I get off, which I'm getting off here in a few minutes. So all the live streams are archived on the page or posted on the page on the YouTube channel. Why I say hounding you with questions? Hey, I don't mind the questions. Like, I don't mind the questions if people genuinely want to get better. What I don't like are the questions that are like, hey, Nick, I'm up 800% on my Apple calls. Do you think I should sell? Like, my DMs are filled with questions like that. And I don't want to be a douchebag, but like, those are not the questions you need to be asking as a trader to get better. Those are not the questions. And like I say, if you're wondering if you should take profits, the answer is always yes. If you're thinking about it, the answer is always yes. Should I take profits? If it crosses your mind, just take the freaking profits. Think of my short AAL once the MACD lines cross and starts trending upward. There you go. That's what I like to see. A plan. Find a plan, execute the plan, make the money. That's what you need to do. So, I got to run. It's been great hanging out with everybody. Nick, I switched KR calls. All right, Hank, I'll hit you up in the Discord. You know, guys, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.